And they got their countdown. So here we go. We're going to be starting very shortly. Good luck to both the runners, and we're going to find out who and what world is going to be first. Good luck to both runners, that's right. Looks like it's World 5. Unfortunately, I don't think the restreamer did move this, but we will be starting our race here in 2-5. Both of them are going to have to watch out for the chain chomp there. And both of them will get through. Fred will still have his super mushroom, which will give him slightly an advantage. They should be changing. I believe the restreamer just forgot to do that. Moria is going to take the mushroom house. So is Fred. Not a bad choice early on here. Just because not having that option, not having a power up in your arsenal could be very hurtful. So I am actually not sure who's restreaming. It might be Feasel. Looks like they both got the big boy Hammer Brothers here. Moria's going to finish it up. She'll find a hammer, which would be a very nice item to find. Unfortunately, Fred does lose his power up, but he does get the hammer as well. Looks like they're both going to take the south route. Going to use the hammer on the locks to avoid playing the fortress. And we'll find the carpet fort here for amourietta. She's going to probably save her hammer. Not a bad choice. It's just, you know, having a hammer in these races is important because they can break the locks. It's the only thing it does. Besides, you know, in the vanilla game, they don't do that. So holding on to that will play a crucial part later on in the run. Yeah, we're trying to figure out who the restreamer is. Fred did take game over, but that's all right. He can. That's not too much time he lost. Find out that the fort does make the bridge, so Amourietta will have a game over protection there. She's going to take a death here. And probably just going to use, yeah, she's just going to use the pipe to go back through. Good plan there. I'm working on getting the restreamers here. Sorry. Looks like Fred's trying to take care of these big guys here. Finally gets rid of them. He will get a second hammer, so that's actually an... I don't think Fred planned on that intentionally, but now having a second hammer, that will give him a little bit of an advantage here. Because he'll have two hammers now instead of one. And Amourietta is going to be finishing up the tower level here, entering into the second half of World 5. Fred does take another death to the Boomerang Brother. He's stuck in a gauntlet here, so he's going to have to play this. And Amourietta will find herself in 3F2. Without a power-up, it's a little scary, but being small, you're able to avoid most of the enemies. Unfortunately, Fred does take another game over, so he'll have to replay those levels. Who knows? Fred might just be piling up hammers for later on. We don't know what Fred's doing. Yeah, we are trying to figure out who the restreamer is so we can get this transitioned over. So we apologize for that, folks. And Amoria's going to take that mushroom house, get a nice little mushroom to give her one little power up that will help out. Fred's going to go backtracking and make sure he takes that the mushroom house to give himself an extra power up. And Amourietta finds herself in 8-1, not the level you want to find early on in the run. Not too difficult, it's just it can take a lot of time off, so. Okay, so yeah, my mistake there. Don't respawn on a game over. Fred's now going to enter into the 6F3, which is the carpet 4 here. We're gonna ooh, does take a death there to the bullet bill. Yeah. And thank you, Drossi, for finding someone to help us out there. Yeah, we're working on that. The restreamer was not there at the moment, so. Fred's on that last half of the carpet fort. Moria's going to use that bullet bill to give her the kind of jump she needs. She's going to let them pass this time to use the note block. And finishes up 8-1 here, as Fred finishes his fort on the lower half of 5-1. Morietta finds yourself in the 5 beta stage here. All you gotta do is run forward, just evade the enemies here. Like that fire snake kind of got down and got her, so. Yeah, those hammer brothers can be hard. It's all about taking your time. I believe with Fred, he was probably a little too cautious with it, and then got a little too aggressive with there. Morietta finds a rare 3 mushroom cards there to get the 2 up. Probably not intentionally planned, but she'll take it anyway. She's a little low on lives, so put her back to 5 overall. Fred's about halfway through actually a little over half now of the tower level. Morietta finds herself in the World 6 airship. Only a star for a power-up. Not the greatest item, but it is a power-up. We'll take it. We got Roy Koopa, a 1-hit Roy, very nice. That makes that a lot easier. Fred finds himself facing some more Hammer Brothers. He's not looking forward to this. So basically, they are the same seed, but the way the Hammer Brothers work, wherever they're at on the map, changes what they are. They're not going to be 2 big Hammer Brothers all the time, or 2 Fire Bros. It just, wherever they're up on the map will change their basically their data. So if he were to die on the Hammer Bros at that one point and it moves, then that will change it. So Morietta find yourself in World 4. Let's see here, she's got a very nice pipe location. Fred's working through the second half of 3F2. Realizes he probably should have taken the bottom route. And there we go, folks. Sorry about the wait there. We are back onto the big screen. And with sound, too. We're just having a little bit of trouble. Ooh, and the hammer does get her, so she will have to play them once again. She's going to back up to the mushroom house here. Find the frog suit. We love frog suits, don't we? Fred's finding himself in 8-1. He's going to try and get that power up. Hopefully it's something useful for him. Finds a star. Stars are nice, but does not get it, and will take the piranha plant to dinner here. So now Morio's going to have to figure out which of the 2 forts back here are the correct locations. You got 2 of them, so finds Piranha Fort, one of the dreaded forts among all the racers here. As Fred's dodging some bullet bills, unfortunately does take a death as he's getting a little too antsy there. Amourietta is about halfway through the first part here of Piranha Fort. Fred's going to give 8-1 a try again. That's a welcome leaf there for Amourietta. Makes movement in this stage a lot easier. Watch out for that hot foot. Fred's going to get that mushroom. He's going to be a little more patient for this guy. Does get the mushroom, and it takes a hit immediately afterwards. Amourietta will be entering into her boom boom fight with just a small mushroom. Fred makes a nice jump there in between the bullet bills and the Koopa. And Fred looks like he'll be out of 8-1 as Amourietta faces off against some more Hammer Bros. Finds herself a P-Wing. Nice. So the first fort is the correct answer for the bridge. So Amourietta is going to backtrack there. And she'll be entering into the World 2 airship, which will be World 3. Seems like the airships are loving to give out stars this time around. No mushrooms or fire flowers or leaves. Ooh, and Fred does take a death to the fire snake there. Looks like he's going to risk it here. I think he's thinking if he can get through without any problems, he's going to use that, get that 3 stars, make a 3 of a kind. Very quick work of Iggy there by Amourietta. 1 hit Iggy. We love to see those. Fred's going to try to get that 3 of a kind here. And he will. So that puts him in a nice spot. He does have more lives now to rely on. But unfortunately, he is a full world behind. So sorry, Mega Man. Sorry, Base. Mega Man's all about that trouble. So now with 3 hammers, Amourietta is going to make an easy World 1 here. She'll play through 6-9 if I'm not mistaken. Fred's going to play some card games here. Not making any matches, that's alright. Does take a death though, and this World 6 airship. So the Mario 3 randomizer, the Koopa Kids HPs are randomized, so therefore you can kill the Koopalings in 1 hit depending on what their HP is. Sometimes there'll be 1, sometimes there'll be 5, so it just depends. Morgana's going to use a hammer coming up here to break this lock to move into 1-4. Or she's going to backtrack instead and use the end card game. She did make a match earlier, which was the flowers. Which I believe the flowers are hammers? Yes, flowers are hammers. She's got 4 hammers at her disposal. Look out for that boss bass here in 2-3. Came out chomping. He was ready for some dinner. Fred's gonna work into World 2 now. And Amourietta will be on her second half here of this last stage before the castle. And World 1. Or technically World 3, which is World 1. Fred does take a unique choice. I like this routing, but unfortunately he is going to have to play an extra stage. But this way he's finding out if the lock itself, yeah, and he's going to see a World 1 fortress, which unfortunately cannot block your way into a castle. Mostly because of the fact that you can get the secret item at the top of it. The Amourietta will work into the World 3 airship, which will be World 7's. Fred's finishing up that one as Amourietta reaches the halfway point of World 7 airship. Makes quick work of Boom Boom with those 5 fireballs. Nicely done, Fred. And as you can tell, the airships do not have auto-scrollers, so that's something that's neat with these randomizers. The auto-scrollers took too much time, so... Good news about Larry is Larry doesn't jump too much. He usually uses the wand mostly. Whereas trying to get the fire kill, but at this point you might as well stay committed to the jumps. There you go. Looked like he was going to be a 5 HP. Fred moves his way into the Piranha Fort. Ooh, and slips off the pipe to his death. Amourietta's through World 3 with about 15 minutes on the clock. Not too bad. This looks like it'd be a fairly nice seed. We still have 7-6-2. And let's see, 7-6-2. Which one am I forgetting now, guys? Help me out. Because we have 5, 4, 1. Oh, and 3. Let's not forget 3. Here is World 7. With a pipe right there, so we know that's the correct pipe. But the question is, does she want to back up and do the fortress? If she does have enough hammers, it just depends on if there's a bridge that is needed. This pipe maze can get a little confusing for some of the runners. We've talked about it before. Look at that. Very nice. There is a lock blocking the castle, but no need when you got 3 hammers at your disposal. Amourietta will work her way into 3-3 here. No boss bass. That's a nice little welcome. Fred's finishing up the Piranha Fort. It looks like he's trying to avoid damage. He might just take a damage boost at this point. No, looks like he's trying to evade that. We'll take a hit from the Thwomp, but we'll enter into his fight with Boom Boom as she finishes up 3-3. And folks, please make sure to give both of our runners a follow. Racing is fun, but I'll tell you now, it's not easy. So make sure to give both these guys a follow. Fred is the developer of the Super Mario 3 Randomizer and of the Zelda 1 Randomizer. So he's put a lot of work into this community, so give him some love, drop him a follow, along with Amourietta. She finds herself another hammer. Was that a hammer? I may have mistaken there. Yes, it was a hammer. Okay. Finds herself in the World 1 airship, one of the shortest airship. It is the shortest airship, and she'll fight Ludwig Koopa here at the end, as Fred enters into the World 3 airship. Looks like Ludwig has his earthquake powers. Looks like he's gonna be a beefy boy here. He's got 5 hits on him. Nicely done by Amourietta. No damage to her, and she'll be moving into World 5. Fred will be entering into World 3, luckily with all these hammers that the game's been dropping, he shouldn't have too much trouble here. And you don't get an item from World 7 because generally that loads into World 8. So we got World 3 here. It's got, starting with 5-9. I don't believe... She may have a cloud. I don't think she does, though. But if she did, she would probably want to skip that. I guess it just depends on how she feels about Fred's location, if she thinks he's ahead or near. So it just depends on what the runner is. They cannot look at each other's stream, so they're completely blind as to how far each runner is. Where I believe Fred at this point right now is believing he is behind, so he will take every shortcut he can to keep moving. Luckily the Fire Chomps are behaving today, so Amourietta finishes up 5-9 with no issues. Fred's taking a bottom route here in 6-9. And he'll find the exit right here, which that power-up will be a star to his dismay. And Amourietta finds herself in 5-3. A long stage, not generally hard, it's just long because you have to go down, all the way to the left, and then all the way to the right while dodging basically a gauntlet of enemies. And Boss Bass generally likes to make an appearance here, so let's find out. There he is. Fred's going to play his card game. Finds a flower, so that's going to be a hammer to his surprise. Gets a star. He'll get both hammers out of this end card game, so that gives him a nice little bonus. It looks like the stars are clouds. Yeah, but technically if someone was looking at a phone, it's really an honor system, but that could be grounds for disqualification, so. Ooh, Fred does take a death from a good old Goomba. You don't see many deaths to them. The good news is he does not let Boss Bass eat him. So, I think amourietta says, we're going to try end card game one more time. I feel like she's okay as far as items go. Maybe an extra cloud wouldn't be a bad idea. Does match the 10. Let's see what the 10 gave her. Another frog suit. Frog OP. Mario's trying to figure out, it looks like she's going to have to play a fort, but she's going to try this lock here. Not a bad idea when you got an abundance of hammers. And there it is. That's the correct pipe. She's entering into the World 5 airship, which will be World 2. With the P-Wing, it's very nice. You can fly right over the mast here. Get a nice portion of that underneath. Save yourself a few seconds. Fred's going to be entering into the World 3 airship as she enters into the World 5 airship. So they seem to be entering world airships together, it looks like. Just not in the same world. Nice grab by amourietta at the top. Windy was very nice today with only 2 hits. And if you grab it while you're off, all the wands off screen, you'll save yourself a few seconds so you don't have to see the fall animation of Mario. You got a little Nigerian cousin who's got coins. How ironic that message with the email. And we enter into World 6, which is World 6. Let's see some Freds. A nice pipe location. She's going to backtrack to this fortress, it looks like. A nice cloud. So amourietta is very stacked when it comes to items right now. You got some hammers blocking the way. Or locks, I should say. Keep thinking that the hammers break them, so. Fred's got the nice... A wild Tanuki appears. Command? Command? Anybody? Command? Alright, so let's see here. So she will be playing the fort. Fred's going to take the only pipe that he needs to take in World 7 here. Now this is where it gets interesting. Last race between these two, Fred got really lost in World 7, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. amourietta find herself in the Air Force level. Not so bad without the auto-scroller. Honestly, I think the auto-scroller sometimes is faster for myself because I'm too hesitant with my jumps. And she gets through that without any issues and heads into her fight with Boom Boom. Fred's working his way through 3-3. He'll make quick work using that Tanuki suit. He's going to backtrack here. There is another fort. He's going to try this pipe, see where this pipe leads her. This might be the right pipe to take. No, unfortunately it's blocked by the rock. Fred does get some little HP boost there. I'm sure he appreciates it. amourietta's in a kind of a pickle. She's not sure what to do as far as the levels go. So I think she's going to backtrack to the original pipe, play 6-1, and then head to that fortress. She's trying to save her hammers, which at this point all you got left is World... Oh boy, drawing a blank now. World 2, and that will have at least a lock and a rock if you need to get past it. So she's trying to save her hammers for both 2 and 8. Fred gets through the World 4 airship, and he will be moving on into World 5. Thank you, Vadim, for posting that link. Everybody, check out the Super Mario 3 Randomizer Tournament bracket stage, scheduling, Discord, and if you want to play the randomizer yourself, you can download it right there. fcoughlin is our developer. That's fcoughlin in this race right now. He's put a lot of work into this along with his level 1 randomizer, so be sure to drop both the racers a follow and check out the randomizer. It's a lot of fun. It's a speed run of between the racers are both in the speed run, but they're using the same seed, so it's not like they're using two completely different seeds. That would be kind of cruel. All those commands in chat there, look at that. Fred's holding on to this Tanuki suit for dear life. Maybe that's his superpower. With the Tanuki suit, he's just unstoppable. Fred's gonna make it a race if he keeps up, though. He's doing real good on making some good movement. Oh no! Fred! Unfortunately, he will take a death there. So now with 2 of the forts down, Amourietta's not in a bad spot. She's going to backtrack, have to play the end card game, unfortunately. Mushrooms do give a 1-up. That's not a bad thing. She's going to get a star. She'll find out what will be a cloud. Always a good thing to find is those clouds. That will help out quite a bit. You might actually see her use the clouds here in a second. Skip some levels. Finding yourself in 4-3. Just skip right past those Hammer Brothers. Fred's about towards the final quarter of this level here for 5-3. Gotta watch out for that Tanuki boot. Or Kariba boot, whatever you want to call it. And he will finish the stage. She's about on the last segment here. Gotta watch out for these little jumps here. Don't slide off. Fred's gonna take the pipe here. And the Amourietta is gonna finish up the level. So Fred's got a choice. He can use a hammer, or he can play that fort. And he's gonna play the fort. It's gonna be 4F1, 4F2. Looks like it's a vanilla power up here with a star for Amourietta on her side. Gonna make real quick work of the stage just by running. Fred's doing some good work getting through 4-3, 4F2, but does take a hit. That's okay. Ooh, almost slipped into the pit there by Amourietta. Good work by her. Yep, and that's expected to see the rock. I would expect to see a cloud here. Yep, there she goes. Fred's going to play some card games here. Finds a 1-up, always nice to find. Finds another cloud. And Amourietta will enter into the World 5 airship. Gives another star. These airships do not want to give power-ups, it looks like. All they want to do is give those stars, which are helpful for movement, but not helpful for the fights. Lemmy's going to get stuck in the corner there. He easily goes down. Couldn't tell if it was a one-hit or just by fireballs, but either way, he went down pretty quick. And she'll be entering into World 7, which will be World 2. So if this world gives a nice layout, she could be having some pretty good time heading into World 8. Fred does finish Windy. I'm sure he's pretty happy. Only a 2-hit there. Amourietta, find yourself in 1-5. Gotta watch out for that. You can't slide down there, unfortunately, just with the randomized enemies. It makes it a little more difficult. Look like the world setup, she is going to have to play a couple stages. If she chooses to use a cloud, she can. But the pipe is on the other side, so you can skip maybe a level or two by using the pipe. Fred's going to see he's got quite a bit in front of him. He does not have a hammer, unfortunately. He's going to kill these Hammer Bros. He's Boomerang Bros had his number early in the run, so he's gonna use a star to play it safe. There's 4-2 with a nice boss bastard waiting for amourietta, trying to give himself a little bit of lunch here. She'll make quick work of the stage just because it's not too terrible. Fred's gonna fight another Hammer Brother. And finish it up. Grab himself a star for the work. Yeah, Morio's probably going to skip the end card game for the rest of the run. At this point in World 7, there's no point in playing it. Especially with the equipment she's got on her. Find yourself in 2-2. Kind of a vanilla setup here, but not really. Which is actually, this is for the quicksand level, but she finishes up fairly quickly. Fred's dealing with the Air Force. He's a world behind at this point. Gotta be careful with these jumps and the mole men throwing wrenches at you. Alright, she sees that the hammer... Yeah, she used the hammer there, she's gonna waste 2. She's gonna use the pipe. It's gonna skip 2 levels for her. Yeah, so now she will be out of hammers for World 8, but depending on how this randomizer goes, it could be not an issue, or it could be an extreme problem depending on how it's set up. So we'll find out. She's going to cloud over this fort. I don't blame her, and enter into the final airship, which will be World 4's airship. With the tail, this will be a really quick stage. You can make easy jumps and maneuvers. Fred's going to play 6-1 here, which is 3-6. Here's Morton Koopa Jr. He easily goes down in 2 hits, and amourietta will be heading into World 8. Fred's going to grab himself a 1-up, so why not, you know? Watch out for that fire chomp. Makes good work before the bar starts spinning on him, and he'll finish up 3-6. And into the Dark World. No hammers, so unfortunately she can't break the lock. She'll only be able to check this pipe. Find yourself in the Dark World itself. Looks like the tank is blocked by a lock. She's going to play this one, which turns out to be 5F2. So that one she won't even bother to go back for. I'm not sure. I don't think that death was intentional, honestly. I think she kind of slid off there. Yeah, that was my phone. I apologize, folks. Yeah, it looked like a bad jump. I thought so too, Pro. Fred finishes up 6F2 while she finishes up 5F2. Entering into Boom Boom's fight. If you're an experienced Mario player, even a new one, Boom Boom is probably one of the easiest fights you'll ever deal with. He's got to watch out for his random jumps he does. So now she's going to check this pipe here, see where that leads her. Does lead her to the other side. The Navy's level's there. I would honestly check this pipe, head back, and play that stage. Oh, or not. Look at that. Right there into Bowser's Valley. And apparently that one stage made the bridge, so... Very fast World 8 for amourietta here. She'll be heading into Bowser's Castle, and roughly we're looking, if she keeps the hammer suit, it'd be under 35 minutes. Yeah, once you see that Bowser's Valley, you just head on through. Going for the easy man clip here. A little struggle, not too bad. Fred's working his way through 4-3. And she'll enter the final room here before Bowser. Keeping that hammer suit is crucial. Bowser goes down in 5 hits with the hammer suit. Less than that, I think. And there they go. Down he goes real quick. Fred's in a frog suit for 7-2 or Fort Knox here. Not the right outfit. Let's get some GGs in chat for amourietta. Amourietta will finish with an SRL time of 35 minutes and 8 seconds. Let's see those GGs. It's a fairly generous seed, I believe. I think the start was a little rough, but after that, people really picked up. Let's see if we can't get her in here for an interview. Yeah, be sure to give both of our runners a follow today. Gotta give it for amourietta. She looked real good out there in the run. Give some love to Fred. He's the one that brought that to us. Both runners are extremely good at this game. Fred had a little struggles, but you know what? That's okay. Fred, I think, did pretty well. So it looks like amourietta's getting ready to hop in here for an interview. Amourietta, GG's on the race today.
Thank you.
I felt this was a lot nicer than the last seed you two had to play together.
Yeah, I didn't play as well as the last time. I had some silly deaths, but
yeah, I saw that one in 5F2. It looked like he just slipped right off the pipe.
See, Mario left some tomato sauce in the bottom of his feet, and he didn't wipe them before coming in, so he slipped. You know,
yeah,
it happens.
It happens. I mean, that's just the way it is sometimes. I mean, overall, you played really well. Fred struggled. He got 2 game overs thanks to some hammer bros in the beginning of World 5. The first
no.
world,
Did he get in that endless loop there?
He did, and it was the boomerang bros, which most of us runners can get through without a problem, but I think he was getting a little antsy and kind of aggressively ran at him, and unfortunately had the game over.
Oh. I know I died in 8-1, which isn't surprising. Because 8-1 is 8-1, so...
Yeah, Fred struggled with that one too, but he actually got through it. Not too much for what he was playing earlier. It looked pretty good for him, so...
Yeah. I ended up with an extra cloud. I didn't realize that I had it. I knew I had 2. And And then when I used the second one, I think it was at the end of World 2 there, or World 7... I saw another one in my inventory, and I was like, what? I have another cloud?
Yeah.
So if I had realized it, I could have used it somewhere, but I didn't realize it, so I don't know where I picked that up, but...
I think the end card game gave away clouds through the stars and hammers through the flowers, so...
Yeah.
It made a really crucial end card game, and I saw you in World 6 when it popped up. You looked like you were thinking about it, and you're like, no, I'm good. I have enough already. And then when you had to play it again, you were just like, well, why not? You know.
That World 6 was a little weird. Like the first pipe brought you, way over, and then I had to go back to do the fort, and then I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of backtracking for World 6.
There was another world that was weird, but I think it was World 4 actually.
Yeah, World 4. Fred actually took a very unique. Like you went to the pipe, went through it, and played the first fort. Fred actually hammered to go to the matching game, like the sliding game.
Oh,
and
I
then
see.
Took a different route to get up there, and I thought that was really interesting, but it turned out to be not his favor because of the fort on the right was the one for the bridge.
Right, yeah. I didn't want to use the hammers too early, that's for sure. But we had like 4 or something at one point, maybe 5. There was a lot. So.
And Fred unfortunately did use a lot of his hammers to try to make up some time, and turned out to be kind of a backfire in his case.
Mm-hmm.
But he's keeping up. He said 15 minutes he was going to be behind on this one, but
that's what he said last time too.
If he plays well, almost Boss Pass almost got him there. He's only 5 minutes behind as of right now, and he's halfway through World 7. So, any levels here that you thought were a little too trolly for you, or just because overall I felt like you played really well?
Yeah, I mean 8-1, of course. That's it's a given that it's a troll. I died hitting the bullet bill, or there was just so many projectiles on screen, and I got caught or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that I did see that. Yeah, because it fired the 2 bullet bills at the same time, which usually sometimes you can shoot them at separate times, but
yeah, and there's a big Koopa on the little platform there, and I don't remember ever seeing him there before, so that kind of threw me off too.
Yeah, and that's like I said. Overall, I felt you played really well. You did struggle a little bit here and there, but nothing that any normal, like normal person wouldn't struggle with as well.
Yeah, the big sumo bro killed me once.
Yeah, he got you into stun lock there in World 4. Ooh, Fred finds Atlantis. You gonna play it?
Oh, where? Where is that?
You skipped that. It was 2-3 on World 7.
Oh, okay.
You took the pipe instead. I don't think he noticed the pipe.
Oh, yeah, because it lets you skip that. And then I think I used a hammer and then just clouded over the fort. There.
Yeah, you made real quick work of World 7, so that was really good on your part.
Yeah, like I knew that World 2 there would be last, so I wanted to save, at least one hammer and cloud for it, because I knew that it would probably be useful somewhere. And 7F2 was never fun to see. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that being a gatekeeper for World 4 was not particularly the thing we want to see as runners, but at the same time, I feel like the more you play the stage, the better you're going to get at it.
Yeah, like it doesn't really scare me as much as it used to. I'm pretty used to it, but you still have that feeling of dread going into it.
Yeah, I always forget Atlantis has 2 Hammer Brothers at the end of it. That's such a cruel level.
Does?
It does. It had Boomerang Bros on each side of the pipe.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Fred's going to find himself in 2-1 here. Dealing with an angry son in the background, just going to stare at him for a while. Yeah, believe it or not, I think Fred's played really well considering that rough start. I think he's got the same issue that I find myself, that I have in my runs, is I struggle in the beginning, and then I find, like, I shift into gear once I get past it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt at the beginning. When that countdown's going on in the SRL room, and
yeah, your heart begins to race a little bit when you see that. So,
yeah. And like I was saying in my stream before the race, like it's always a little extra nerve-wracking at the beginning of a run because you have no items, you're small, you don't know what kind of couple first levels you're gonna get. You could get 8-1, you could get 7-5 boss pass, yeah, 7-1 with nippers, right?
Yeah,
but you just don't know. So, like the more items you get as you go on, like you start to feel a little bit safer, I guess. But at the beginning, it's so much unknown. It can be pretty nerve-wracking. So,
yeah, that's what I try to tell people. It's like, because some people are like, ooh, sometimes in chat they might be like, oh, this racer's not good. It's like, no, they're good. It's just this is a tight situation. It's a little harder for people to get through.
Yeah.
It is it's definitely a nice seed, but yet you guys saw 5-9, he saw Atlantis, so he played both auto scrollers, something you generally don't want to see.
I got pretty lucky in World 7. I kind of took pipe after pipe after pipe, like 3 or 4 times. I was like, I'll see where this one goes. Oh, I'll see where this one goes. And then it actually worked out that I got to skip most of the world.
Yeah, that was the one thing I saw with World 7. The World's, because it's like, you enter World 7, and I'm wondering if she's going to play this fort at the start. And I was like, no, she's got 4 hammers in her disposal.
Yeah,
so
I was going
to. The fort for sure.
I was going to, but I just, like split-second decision. I was like, I'll just see what's over here with the...
Yeah. Fred's going to have an abundance of clouds here. I think that's going to play against him here for World 8. I think he's got 2 clouds, and he's gonna have 2 hammer, at least a hammer. So because you didn't have any hammers, that worked out for you in World 8. Because therefore you're like, well, can't go here, can't go here.
Yeah.
That turned out to be the right choice.
Yeah, World 8 was pretty fast. What was the I did play a fort, didn't I? What that was that 5F2?
Yeah, it was 5F2. That was your gatekeeper. Which ironically, because I was like, I think she's going to check this fort and backtrack, and then sure enough, that was the right one. I'm like, nope, she's just going to keep going. Bowser's Valley, here we go.
There was another one I could have checked, I think, but I just decided to explore a little bit. I think I just got really lucky with what I checked and went right to Bowser. So
yeah, it's what we call bless RNG right there.
It was nice to have a hammer suit too. I think I had 2.
You did, yeah. You had 2 hammer suits. All right, Fred is into the Dark World. He's going to take this first. Oh, no. Like I said, he's going to backtrack, and he's going to use the hammer on this lock. Uh-oh. I think Fred's going to find himself in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, this flag set's definitely a little scary because it's so easy to get lost. So many pipes. Even in World 6, you know, there's only 4 pipes, I think, and you can't see the whole map with that one unless you scroll. So if you can't see everything, you know, just like World 8, it's really easy to forget where the pipes are, where they're going.
Exactly.
It's different every time, so
Fred's going to play the maze for it, which you obviously did not play, so he will have to play this one. This is not a terribly hard level. It's longer, one of the longer levels of the game, but fairly quick if you know what you're doing.
Unless he decides to randomize the doors, which he has talked about a few times.
No, Fred, no.
Can you imagine, though?
I would imagine him doing that for the grand finale of this tournament.
Oh, man. I mean, you could get lucky. Like, the first door could take you to the end.
All right, first door could take you to Boom Boom.
I mean, do you know the number of doors in that fort? I want
to say it's like 30-something doors.
Yeah, and if you don't know which one you need, that could take a long time.
Yeah, because I remember as a kid, I didn't game over, but I ran out of time so much in this fort because I just did not know where to go.
I've seen a couple of runners take a different route than most people.
Yeah, I've seen it seems to be the newer runners that take a different route. So
yeah, they end up on they come out some lower door somewhere. I'm not even sure how they get there, but I've seen a couple of people do that.
I'm wondering if it's just a like if they like, because I mean I learned from like watching videos of speedrunners, like watching Mitch and other, like even Grand Pooh Bear when he ran with Mario 3, learning their methods, and I'm like, oh, well, that's not that hard. I can do it that way. So I'm wondering if it's just ways they remember playing it as a kid or something like that.
Maybe there's an extra power up or something somewhere. But I mean, you do get one going the other way.
Yeah, there is a power up if you don't take the door that's over the lava. But I believe most times it's kind of backfired on the runners lately.
Yeah.
It's been stars, or mostly I've seen stars. So I haven't seen anybody with the fire flower or mushroom out of it. Yeah, he's gonna back up now. Still hasn't played the level he needs to. He's gonna find that to be disappointing. The very last fort he's going to play is going to be the correct fort. He finds himself in 3F1 right now.
I think that's kind of the luck that I usually get in World 8 because it's so easy to get lost. You know, chances are I'll take the wrong pipe and forget where I was and do a bunch of forts that I don't have to do. But it does happen.
I have a bad tendency to be like, oh, well, there's 3 forts on this map. I might as well play them all instead of playing one and checking, because I feel like I'll waste more time checking.
Yeah,
after defeating a fort, so
I usually try to play one if I see one, but I don't know, for some reason today I didn't do that, and I guess it worked out, but it doesn't always.
That's very true. It doesn't always work out, so every time, yeah, he's figuring out the last fort he's going to have to play. Give props to Fred, though. He's remembering which pipes go where.
Yeah, and that's not easy to do, so that's good.
He's going to find himself here. Yep. Finds out that that is the false tank and just jumps right off into the pit. Come on, Fred. Oh, let's hope he's going to put on the frog suit.
Oh yeah, I think, was there a frog suit from the end game? Or I had like 2 or 3 of them, I think.
There was a frog suit. I believe that was the coins that gave you a frog suit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, really? Frog suit?
5F2 is actually a fairly easy level the more you play it. I just remember as a kid, I'd see this level and I'd be like, oh my god, these jumps are impossible.
Yeah, it was kind of intimidating, especially with all the red background and the lava ceiling and all that stuff. It's kind of a scary one.
Fred will enter into Boom Boom and he'll find out that that is the correct one because it's the only one left.
Mm-hmm.
He's shooting the orb there, people. Let's see some orbs in chat. So now I believe you're 3-0 in your group right now. How do you feel about that?
Pretty good. I always worry about, especially this flag set, because again, it's all over the place, but yeah, it feels good. It's been fun, so to try to get some more races scheduled soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even with Fred, like, some people are like, oh, Fred's not the greatest player. Yeah, but you know what? Fred has those, like, really weird moments where he looks like he's been playing this for 50 years or something like that. Like, he just comes out of nowhere. Unfortunately, he did struggle a little bit with your 2 seeds, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, I believe you guys have several, I think you have, not several, but a few new runners in your group, so
yeah,
it's really anybody's game here, because Fred could go 0-2 here and then win the next 6 matches, so...
Yeah, that's true for this randomizer in general. You know, you don't have to be a super player or speedrunner to play it. Just, you know, it's just a lot of fun, just casually.
Yeah. And Fred's going to make real quick work of Bowser. Nice little spam of the hammers and...
Hammer suit, too?
Yes, hammer suit. That's something else I want to help other new runners and tell them, if you have the hammer suit, just run straight at the Bowser and spam it. Because I see a lot of them back up and kind of like poke away at him.
I try to hit him even when he's still in the air for a minute. Right before he lands. I don't know if that makes any difference, but maybe. Because it's 5 hammers, right? You gotta hit him with.
Yeah, 5 hammers. Fred finishes with an SRL time, 52 minutes, 38 seconds. Let's see those GGs for Fred. And we'll see if we can't get him in here for an interview. Fred, GG, sir.
Oh, thank you.
I heard you had a couple of game overs from the Hammer Bros or something.
Yeah, those lovely boomerang bros that just in the first world spawned in just the wrong spot and decided to keep saying, hey, you're going to start right here, and we're going to keep killing you and murdering you brutally.
They are very rude. I had a big sumo bro kill me. That wasn't a good time.
Yeah, if you caught the trigger once out, that was like there were 2 boomerang bros on the normal like 2 Hammer Brother screen, and yeah, they wouldn't move. Once they got on me, they wouldn't move because the guy next to him pretty much, or the guy upstairs, because they were stuck on me pretty much.
Yeah, hate when that
happens.
It's
all good though.
What was going through your mind in World 8 when you realized you beat that 3rd fort and it still wasn't the bridge?
Oh, I figured this is my luck. If I remember correctly, in the play-in race last year that I was in, I ended up not having a hammer on World 8 and having to do the case of having to go onto the bridge at the time to beat the airship to unlock the lock that I then had to go back through the level to go through that one little section there to get to the end. And, you know, that type of stuff just happens to me all the time. So I'm perfectly content with it. It's awesome. It's exactly what we want to see. I want to see in this type of stuff. I was just like, yeah, that's my luck. I was like, kept saying to myself, I should just go to the tanks while I'm there. Just try to hit them just in case. I was like, no, I'm gonna get lucky. I gotta find out the path and everything. Nope.
I'm usually unlucky like that too. I luckily got the first tank I tried was 5F2, so I was good to go. But usually it's like I'm running around all over the place as well. So
it kind of worked out in her favor. She didn't have a hammer, and where you had the hammer, and I think that's where it kind of threw you off a bit.
Yeah, well, I just said, okay, there's a lock here. I know that there has to be something blocking, and a lock that early said to me, maybe that's the lock. And the logic basically says that if there were no locks on the board, that you'd have a much faster path to Bowser, or whatever castle it is at the end of the stage. I think it's like either 2 or 3 stages guaranteed faster, or infinite if the lock's, required. And so I was like, if I break the lock, maybe one of these 2 pipes will just, maybe that's what it was. And, got bit by trying to read the logic.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's really not much you could do with that, especially because it's random. That's RNG for you.
Yeah, I mean, you got 4 shots that one of those 4 at the minimum usually ends up, because it ends up usually being at least 1 lava river on the final screen. And you just gotta hit the right one. It's randomizer, that's all it is. I just happened to take all the wrong turns. Admittedly, it was well after the lovely amourietta here finished, so it was just more for fun at that point.
So Fred, you're 0-2 right now, but I see a light at the end of the tunnel for you.
There's a lot more races to come, so...
The fact that they're after 6 races, I may be done with the tournament now? Is that the light?
No, I think last year you did really well. You kind of surprised, because like a lot of people were like, oh, Fred's not that good, but then you had some races where I'm like, I don't think I could beat Fred.
Sometimes you get lucky, just play my best, see what happens. Pretty much at this point, let the cards lie. Amourietta is one of the top racers out there, so even my goal had been within 15 minutes. I ended up falling just a little bit short both days, but it's a sign that at least I can kind of hang with the super gods and goddesses and just hope that I can.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how we do in the rest of them.
There's no prize reward for this tournament. It's all just for fun. We're out here to be competitive and show off this amazing randomizer that you've made for us. I remember playing it the first time last year when it came out, and I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is really neat. Like, I feel like I'm struggling, but I like this idea. I like randos. I mean, I'm a big roguelike player. Like, I love roguelike games, and this just took one of my favorite games of all time and basically made it into a roguelike almost.
I didn't know about the randomizer until towards the end of last year's tournament. So, yeah, this is my first big tournament that I'm in, so it's really exciting.
Yeah. So we have a lot of races coming up today, especially at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We have a double-header race. That's going to be myself and Antlers, so Gimp Extreme versus Antlers, with Paradox versus Ace of Arrows. You guys, 2 really good racers between Paradox and Ace of Arrows, and Antlers is relatively new, and myself, I'd like to say I'm kind of in the middle ground there, but we got a really good double-header race there going on. And then also at 8 p.m. Eastern time, that's going to be on Speed Gaming 2, we'll have Demon Battler against Jay Coper and get Classic Gamer 88 against War. So that's going to be really exciting there. Yeah. So both those races will have another race right after that. So they'll be doing Tourney 1 seeds and Tourney 2 seeds back to back. So definitely check those out. We also have one more race after that. That will be 10 o'clock p.m. You'll have Dr. J PhD against Charlie Boy. Both runners are actually really good. They kind of struggled at the beginning of the tournament, but both have shown off really good showcases right after that. So they have a doubleheader starting at 10 p.m. I don't have the channel for that one just yet, but the first doubleheader with Gimp Extreme, Antlers, Paradox 64, and Ace of Arrows, that'll be Speed Gaming 4. Demon Battler, Jay Coper, Classic Gamer 88, and War will be on Speed Gaming 2. So check those out for sure. And if you guys haven't, make sure to give both these racers a follow. They both showed off a really exciting showcase today. Give amourietta a follow. She's one of the top runners in this tournament. Also, give some love to Fred out here, fcoughlin, for making this randomizer and the Zelda 1 randomizer, which I have been checking out. And I've got to say, Fred, I really like it.
Yeah, I've been doing that a little bit too. It's a lot of fun.
Although I got to be honest, I opened up the randomizer and I'm like, where do I start?
Yeah, I have to make a couple more better presets for that in order to make a more friendly beginner type of one. But we wanted to make sure that one ends up being nice and configurable, so that way everyone who wants to play can go for whatever they're can finish what they're trying to do. They can do whatever they want to do, whether it's as simple as okay, I just want to go and grab a couple, just change a couple of things up, or just pretty much like some of the masochists out there who, say, okay, one hit knockout, enemies have a bazillion hit points, everything like that. I want to try to give everyone the gambit of what they want to be able to do. So
that one, I might say, Fred, no, please stop.
I say no to that one.
So please make sure to give both these guys a follow. They're amazing streamers as well as runners here. Like I said, amourietta is one of the best runners we have in the tournament. Fred, believe it or not, won a triathlon randomizer tournament. I will have to say, Fred, props to that one. That was pretty exciting.
Oh, thanks. Got really lucky on that one too. Just ended up getting a few good turns at Albuquerque.
So, like I said, follow both of these guys, and if you could, please give me a follow. I'm going to throw my shameless promotion here. So thank you again, everybody, for coming out for this Super Mario 3 Randomizer Tournament match. We have, like I said, a ton to do tonight, and this weekend the board is full. We're going to be on multiple channels. So thank you, everybody, and we will see you later.
Thanks.
I will have to say, Fred, props to that one. That was pretty exciting.